Hey YouTube, Black Beer Hunter coming at you again, and we're here to talk about um, a beer that I ran across at LIDL supermarket. It's their house beer. It's an Imperial Stout on their Craft Explorers line, made by a company by the name, I think it's like Artisans Craft Beer Explorers. Yeah, Artisans Craft Beer Explorers out of Vint Hill, Virginia. So you can AKA that with as Starr Hill Brewery. It's kind of hard to find any information like of any type of contractual agreements between Lidl and Starr Hill, but you can see other entries of people that bought beer from Lidl supermarkets, and and so basically, some of the other beers were priced similar. I mean, this was extremely cheap. I think I got it at like $3.99. But they said that the beer was pretty thin, and it was you could drink it, but it was not that special. They wouldn't run out and grab another one. So at the end of the day, I have to actually try it for myself. I'm the black beer hunter. I love black beer. So here we are with this beer. Like I said, made by a reputed brewery, talking about Starr Hill. And so, yeah, I was like, okay, it's weighing in at 10% ABV. They didn't really have much information when it came down to the IBUs, but I think it does have a best by date of 2019. With stouts, I've gone past that, just because of the style. You're easily able to go past. That's like not even. It's not even a year. It's like a couple months away. So yeah, I'm going past it. I'm going to go. Well, I'll drink it first, and then I'll say if I'm going to go past it or not, because that determines if I get another one. So, with that being said, like this beer is made exclusively for Lidl. You can't find it anywhere else. Like I said, not much information on the brewery itself, because when I was researching it, I also saw that they actually were brewing it out of their own brewery, brewing other beers for Lidl in their own brewery in Crozet. Like, I think it's like Crozet, PA. So, yeah, this one is actually done right in Virginia. So they may have made up or created like a branch or a brewery specifically to create this beer. Like I said, for Lidl, because they're all over Virginia. And so, yeah, here we are. So, best thing to do is what I normally do when I have an idea that I want to try a beer out. I grab out the good old bottle opener and let's give it a pop. So, okay, there we go. We got a little action going on here. So, yeah, it looks like they did a good job with packaging, removing all the air so it stays nice and fresh, waiting for us to try it out. Give it a little sniff. It's nice and roasty with some coffee. So that's the initial. Not much hit. I mean, kind of creamy looking, but oh, there we go. Uh-oh. Nice. Pretty. But as a Russian Imperial, just taking that little sip of the froth coming off of the head, or the foam coming off the head, you get that little normal bitterness, sweet bitter from the dark chocolates, like most Russian Imperials. Going to give it a little time here to recede, but see what type of lacing that we have. Yeah, I mean, what more can you say? $3.99 for a bomber 10% ABV. Yeah, I had to try. I mean, what else are you going to do? Just walk by and say, oh, I don't know what it is. I'm not going to drink it. No, I'm going to drink it. That's definitely going to happen. So, presentation wise, it's dark, like, really dark. Yeah, almost kind of straightforward, classic Russian Imperial. Awesome. They're awesome for me. So it should yield a nice complex range of flavors if it's done well. I mean, the head it's not receding at all. It's pretty creamy too. A nice creamy head. Let's see here. I mean, moderate lacing, moderate. Best way to find out exactly what's going on is to just taste it. Let me hold on. Let me get a aroma out of that. Yeah, mostly just coffee. Like coffee, like really malt, like some malt, not really that heavy, not chocolatey or anything, but just mostly just coffee. Like that bitterness that I tasted when I, sipped on the head a little bit. Could be like some licorice in there, but we'll see. We're definitely going to see. So, cheers, YouTube. Really refreshing. Like I said, you get a little bit of sweetness. You get that licorice. You get the coffee. You got the malts. It's roasty. Like I said, it's semi-sweet. Slightly bitter. Well maintained though, but it's slightly bitter. I like that bitter taste though, especially for a straight up Russian Imperial. I mean, you can't tell. If I gave this to you, you would not be able to tell that this was a bomber for $3.99. The label gives it away a bit, but realistically, at the end of the day, it's an enjoyable beer. Wednesday night. Like I said, had to make that run, and for to grab a couple beers in trade. Some are gifts, some are trade. Grab the allotment from Hardywood, stop by to answer, grabbed a couple of glasses. They had a new collaboration glass come out. So yeah, I mean, it was a pleasant surprise to grab this beer. I was able to stop in and grab some Bronze and Child, the triple ale that they sell, which is really spectacular. We talked about that earlier in one of my other videos. So yeah, your head's finally receded. And so, yeah, I mean, it's like medium to thin body on the beer. Like I said, I mean, the lacing, it explains a lot because, I mean, it kind of lingers after you drink it. It's still on my tongue. Like I said, it's a really nice and simple coffee flavor. If you just like basic coffee, it don't taste like it's anything extravagant, but it does the job. It give off a really nice and well balanced taste. It's kind of robust, even though it's thin. Yeah, it's kind of velvety, because like I said, the head was nice and creamy and velvety and smooth. It's a great delivery. I think they did a really good job with this beer for $3.99. Hold on a sec here. Cheers. So, yeah, there was a couple other beers that I picked up while I was down there. Besides, the Hardywood beers, actually, a couple other stouts that I'm definitely going to try here. Well, we'll talk about, but I'm always talking about the fines, especially, you want more for less sometime. Every beer doesn't have to be a home run. I like that. I get that way sometimes. But at the end of the day, some days I just want to just find something new, something different from a guy that actually just wants to create quality craft beer for the masses. They're kind of like starting up. Yeah, they start up, you buy their beers, and they get better over time. And so this is one of the beers that, it's an easy drink. It's a really easy drink. I know I'm going to destroy this and move on to the other beer that they actually had in their stable that night, which was I know they have a coffee version of this. They didn't have that while I was there. I wish they did. But they had a coconut version, which we'll talk about because I got a hold of that too. I mean, for a couple dollars, I was looking for everything that they had in their section that, fit my format and what I like. And so, like I said, for dark beers, yeah, they had a few good beers there, and I was really surprised with that. So, yeah, we're going to try out the next beer. I'm going to destroy this beer. And the pluses on this, inexpensive. No flavors are overwhelming, but the coffee is I'm not going to say serviceable. It's a good coffee. Yeah, it's a good coffee. It's a really good coffee. No other overwhelming flavors. Balanced when it comes to the bitterness. And like I said, those flavors, like nothing runs over the other. Yeah, it's at a supermarket that's easily found. So, yeah, at the end of the day, cheers YouTube, and we'll talk again.